Hi everyone, this is Jed Schlackman, and in this video I'll be speaking about this winter solstice of 2020 and the planetary great conjunction that's occurring on that date, the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter. So it's a good time for reflection, for meditation, for spiritual activation and illumination. As a collective society, you could say that we've become somewhat stuck in the shadow distortions of Saturnian energy. So that would include things like abusive power structures, excessive materialism, constricted or faulty belief systems, structures that attempt to exercise control over spirituality. That would include corrupted religious institutions, secret societies that embrace dark energies. And the current coronavirus health scare exemplifies the clash in our civilization between the energies of constriction and expansion, as the authoritarian medical system itself was involved in doing laboratory research that apparently ended up creating a kind of extra efficient virus. Even though it's efficient, though it's not really an especially dangerous or deadly virus in the sense that some other types of viral illnesses are. So it's still relatively harmless to most people, only creating complications for those who have an energetic match or resonance with the type of illness facilitated by a respiratory virus. The effort to allegedly contain and reduce transmission of the virus has resulted in abuses of power and authoritarian restrictive measures that are creating stress and trauma for many people and really failing to prevent the natural waves of seasonal respiratory illnesses that are occurring. So it's as though ultimately, in the long run, nothing can really stop the spread of this type of illness. You might be able to slightly slow down or delay things, but you're not really going to have a great impact by trying to impose all these restrictive measures, things like the lockdowns and social distancing and everyone going with face masks in public. All of those things haven't really had a very significant effect. Now, at the same time, this situation is pushing many people to look beyond materialism and question their own values and belief systems, as well as the values and beliefs promoted by societal institutions such as political systems, medical, financial, educational, media, entertainment industries. The degree of distrust in those institutions has increased as a result of how those institutions have often been corrupted or acted abusively or dishonestly. When we're abused or betrayed, it would be unwise to maintain trust in the abuser. Denial is not a healthy option. In the medical realm, effective natural and alternative healing approaches are widely ignored and often suppressed by the mainstream pharmaceutical-driven institutions, while hazardous vaccinations with untested long-term effects are heavily hyped. Natural health activism has greatly increased as those who've been harmed or neglected by the mainstream system find solutions from alternative resources. You could say that stress and necessity can foster invention and expansion. So we have this Jupiter energy of expansion, of abundance, and that type of energy is active to push us to move beyond any limiting structures that aren't serving us anymore. So we have this conjunction now of Jupiter and Saturn, where Jupiter is symbolically pushing us to move beyond the structures, the limitations that we've been previously letting ourselves be confined by. Structure isn't good or bad, it's a part of existence. It's necessary for physical reality. So what we really want to do is work on finding a balance between the structures and between the expansion. So having a healthy foundation or system to work with that allows us some room for growth and expansion, that doesn't constrict us, that doesn't keep us from evolving. So it's not about completely eliminating structures, it's about reforming or re-envisioning them so that they serve us. The conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter in the heavens is an opportunity to meditate and reflect on our individual and collective structures and expansion, to see where we are ready to release old structures that don't currently serve our abundance or expansion of our consciousness. As they come together, they create a bright solstice star appearing in the sky. So a star or light represents illumination. We can gain clarity and find a better balance between structure and growth, where our structures support rather than inhibit our maturation and evolution, and our process of expansion can have some foundation and some order rather than being overly chaotic and disorganized. A spiritual community can serve as support or it can suppress individuality. It all depends upon how we conceive of and create it. So we have this time of the solstice, which of course is a traditional time of the rebirth of light. The winter solstice is considered to be the day of the greatest darkness. So it's the day where the sun is visible for the shortest amount of time in that day, and you have the longest period of night. But then after that, the length of daylight starts to increase each day. So it's like a rebirth of the light symbolically, a shift from dark to light. So as we have this occurring on this date, this conjunction on the solstice, it's a pretty powerful symbol in the heavens, a celestial alignment, which is a portent of moving forward into a period of greater light and illumination, and also a period of expansion where some of the old systems and structures that have not served us well are able to be released or transcended, where we're going to shift more into a period of growth, of spiritual expansion, of seeing what is truly possible, of accessing a lot more of our potential as individuals and as a collective. So many people are anxious about this time, while many are also excited about this time, since even times of crisis or challenge can be seen as times or periods for opportunity. So we can make the most of those challenges and any shifts that are occurring and use it to propel ourselves forward in our personal evolution. So to conclude this segment, I want to wish everyone happy holidays, happy holy days, and I use the greeting Namaste, which means I honor the light and divinity that's within each of us. So let us shine our light and let us embrace the light that's within all of us, within all of creation. Namaste once again.